no say go yen ntema na ke be kasa ke ayen ntema we coach.
Are they suggesting that the Angolans were playing in the sky? My brother, they are all footballers. Those they assemble to play against the Black Star are professionals. We assemble our professionals. They all play on the same pitch.
Blah 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 ship. Yes, star master, 3x4. One for the master, one for the league. One for the little body crisis, the league blaster. Blah 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 ship. Yes, star master, 3x4. One for the master, one for the league. One for the little body crisis, the league.
Welcome to another edition of Game Plan, live here on Joe 99.7 FM. My name is Razak Musbau, and it's a pleasure to be here doing this for all of you. And of course, we've got the entire Joy Sports team on grounds here in the studio. A lot has happened so far this week. At least based on what we have heard, it's about 1:25 p.m. now. Probably they are having lunch, but they are deep necked in the meeting, trying to arrive at the head coach, who becomes the head coach of the senior national team, who replaces Otoado, who gets to lead the Black Stars at the World Cup. I think sometime when Monday or Tuesday, the names of 3 Portuguese coaches surfaced and it got people talking. Today, we are hearing some Spanish coach that has coached Ecuador and has coached Qatar as another leading candidate. Meaning one day, one coach. The names keep flying all over the place. But we are all waiting patiently because the sports minister has given the clearest indication as to when we will get a Black Stars coach.
I would say that we are preparing. If I tell you that we are ready today, we don't even have a head coach. So it means that we are not fully ready yet. Yeah. But I see us being ready by the time it's time for us to play our first game.
So we should still be hopeful.
Oh, no, we should be hopeful. This is a World Cup that I believe I see us doing well. We may not have the best of players as we had maybe in some time past, based on they playing together for some time, but we still have what it takes for us to go very, very far. Maybe possibly even win the World Cup.
Right.
Hopefully, if by this weekend we don't announce the coach, latest by Monday we should be able to announce our new coach.
Okay, so we are heading somewhere.
We've come very far. They still have just a few more to talk to, and when they finish talking to those few, maybe by Friday we can take a decision. So you either between Friday and Monday.
Yeah, between Friday and Monday. That's why I said it's now 1:27 p.m. I'm suspecting they're probably having lunch. If a decision hasn't been taken yet, they're having lunch. And we are counting down to maybe 3 p.m. So by the end of today, Friday, we don't hear who the next Black Stars coach is going to be. Then we wait. By Monday, possibly, we'll have a name. But I want to hear from you. Who do you think should be the next Black Stars coach? 055 11 11 997. 055 11 11 997. We are live on X. I can see some of you have joined us. Fidel Dickey, Capostan, Kojo Mesh, Maxwell, and Emmanuel are all tuned in on X. So join us there also. And do keep the conversation going. The hashtag is game plan. Atsu is seated. Daniel Kranti is also seated. And hopefully we'll have Sicho and a few of the colleagues also joining us. We'll see what happens today on the show. So much to talk about, isn't it? On the continent, though, there's very good news coming from Zimbabwe, where the under-15 girls and boys tournament is unfolding. And we hear that the Ghana's under-15 girls team, they have won the tournament. In fact, they have retained the tournament. They won it here in Ghana, and they've won it again in Zimbabwe. They defeated Burkina Faso on penalties, and the girls have made Ghana proud, really made Ghana proud. And yeah, we're saying big congratulations to them all the way in Zimbabwe. Well, not just the Black Stars. Champions League first leg games did happen this week. And if you are listening to Hitz 103.9 FM, you would have joined us in the commentary. And of course, we're also live on Hitz 103.9 FM as we speak right now. It was Barcelona 0, Atletico Madrid 2. Then we saw Sporting 0, Arsenal 1. Then there was Real Madrid 1, Bayern Munich 2. Yeah. The other one was PSG 2, Liverpool 0. There was supposed to be a certain Chelsea. It's okay. It was supposed to be Chelsea. So right now, like Chelsea 2, Liverpool 0. PSG say they want to go forward, so they should go forward. And we are watching them closely. Yeah, so that's how the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League happened, and we'll get to talk about that also on the show. Let me just say a very big thank you to some of the people supporting us. Air Tanzania. We are inviting you to fly with Air Tanzania. The wings of Kilimanjaro. Enjoy our special promo fares to Dubai and Guangzhou. Dubai fares start from 600 USD and Guangzhou in China from 800 USD. These promo fares are for limited time only, so make sure you don't miss out. We also offer affordable fares to other destinations, comfort, reliability, and value all in one flight. We give you comfort, we give you reliability, and we give you value. Okay, so you want to go to Dubai. Last time I was in conversation with Atsu, he was talking about something like that. You need to get in touch with Air Tanzania. You'll get comfort, you'll get reliability, and we'll also give him value. I'm not sure who he's going with, but we'll see. Yeah, so if you're looking for them, you can find them at Kotoka International Airport. I just send the airport post office, so you can call them on 024-656-7898 or 0542-815087. So make sure you fly smart and you fly affordable. Yeah, and you can only do that with Air Tanzania. They are the wings of Kilimanjaro. Then there is the CEO Summit that is coming up. And if you are a CEO, then you need to pay attention to this. This is Ghana's leading business leadership conference. It's the Ghana CEO Summit and Expo. It is marking the 10th anniversary of leadership impact and a future of possibilities. And we are inviting you to the highly anticipated 10th edition of the event happening Monday, the 18th of May, 2026 from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel in Accra. And the theme is accelerating Ghana's economic transformation, driving bold reforms through leadership, technology, and industrialization for sustainable growth. The summit will convene over 1,000 top CEOs, policymakers, investors, and global dignitaries to explore actionable strategies and forge high-impact partnership. And of course, we've got some key highlights for you. We'll be having the special presidential CEO business dialogue with the President John Dramani Mahama. We'll have the CEO Government Compact 2026 launch, and we'll have the CEO Masterclass, the plenary and business case presentations. We'll be having the exclusive CEO Networking and Brand Spotlight Expo, and we'll have also the Ghana CEO Excellence Recognition Gala, and also a high-level CEO Government Dialogue. All you need to do is to register at www.ghanaceosummit.com, and for enquiries and sponsorship, call us 054-639-1970 or 024-468-7222. And you can also reach us at info@Ghana CEO Summit. And it's powered by CEO Network Ghana in partnership with Deloitte, PwC, EY, Ghana Investment Promotion Center, State Interest and Governance Authority, the University of Ghana, and the Multimedia Group. The Ghana CEO Summit and Expo is a decade of leadership impact, a future of possibilities. I remember that terms and conditions do apply as you register. Well, Mohamed Kudus is not going to be at the World Cup, and he's joining Mohamed Salisu, who will also not be at the World Cup. A few other players' situation is still in doubt. Likes of Enes Nyama is still in doubt. The like of Tariq Lamptey. It looks like very likely they might not also be at the World Cup. So we are in a very serious situation as we speak. Some people are sad, and for Atsu, he has been praying to God for a miracle. Atsu, Charlie, did you add fasting to the prayers?
Till midday.
Wait, you mean today?
Yeah, but after
you mean
that,
fasting today?
Yeah.
And you fasted to what?
Oh, midday.
12 pepper on the door.
Yeah.
No, but
so after midday, no, then.
After midday, then what? Hey!
Yeah.
No, you were able to do it till midday.
Survive. Yeah.
Oh, not bad. Not bad.
What do you mean by I was able to do it till midday?
Actually, you're the one who told us that.
Not long ago, I used to do 6 to 6.
Oh, my brother. Don't go there.
I used to.
Oh, don't go there, my brother.
I used to do 6 to 6.
It was right here on this show, you told us that the farthest you can go is 12.
Oh, no.
Oh, my brother.
You said it.
No,
You said
I didn't
it.
say that.
Oh.
I didn't say that.
Oh, Atsu.
I didn't say that.
You said it.
No. I didn't
We
say
were
that.
here, oh, my
I
brother.
didn't say
Was it
that.
not Ramadan time that he
Yes.
But Ramadan was not fasting.
No,
said?
then they
was
were
a
doing
conversation
they
that
were
happened
doing
in-
Lent also at the time.
Oh,
Then
I'm
you
not
told
even
us that
Catholic.
Charlie, you there is 12.
I'm
that
not
you can
even
go.
Catholic. Sometimes I join them because, as a Christian, you don't wait for seasons to edify and strengthen the spirit. You stay in the spirit season in, season out.
So you are saying you didn't say
No, I
the
didn't
farthest
say-
you can go is
no,
12.
I didn't say that. Shall I get kapao?
Charlie.
What I cannot do is beyond the 18 hours. Like 6 to 6. No. Sorry, beyond the 12 hours. After that,
I mean, you can't go beyond 6.
Oh, no.
Ah.
It's medically not even advisable. So
I see.
But we prayed for Kudus.
Pray for Kudus.
A miracle will happen.
Not bad. Not bad.
But see,
Yeah.
the prayers aside, there is a physical aspect of it that we need to do. But if you bring Kudus to Mamobi here, the Killers Day.
Oh, you have to. Charlie, they go do surgery for the boy.
Killers Day.
They said the boy then for do surgery.
By your day, monk.
But you get.
Do you know the therapy they do there? Yes. So he can do the surgery.
So they should bring
but
him
when
to
you are
Mamobi.
recovering, yes, when he's recovering, the therapy and the massages the old men and old women at Mamobi and Kudus' hometown. Oh, bugger. They will fix it one time. They will fast track the process of recovery. So after the surgery, when you are now going through the rehabilitation,
That's in the work.
oh, they work.
Really?
They work.
You sure?
I don't want to mention some names, but some of your players who played until 40, until 45. Oh, that's what sustained them.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, just on.
How often did you hear of ACL injuries in Ghana? We don't even, until recently, we're not even reporting them.
What about maybe?
It would happen all right. Yeah, the doctors would diagnose it all right. But the rehabilitation process, no. They will take you to your hometown. they will get some old woman to tie the bone on that side. The massage component is what I'm talking about. As for the surgery and that purely scientific, but the massage and the therapy aspects, no. Oh boy, Achilles did, then we do.
But then it wasn't ACL then. I mean, those injuries were clearly not ACL, because if the ACL we know, my guy,
Something here, he said he go massage.
no amount of leaves can reproduce that one.
Maybe I needed to have issued a disclaimer. You see, the diagnosis that our players do for themselves, no. It is not the one that you have gone to your medical school to go and learn. That's why a doctor will look at a player and tell them, look, this requires surgery. They will tell you that, I will go and prepare and come back. Do you know what that preparation is? They are taking them to the hometown. They are taking them to the hometown.
No, but I mean, not to write it off. Some of these herbal stuff, they do work.
They
are quite potent.
There is a place for it, but it cannot replace, or it should not replace, the actual healing aspect.
Yeah.
Where you've gone to, for example, if you've had a leg break, and the doctor says it requires surgery, you don't go and sit at home and think that some herbs be and a bubidro be foul. And we've seen some of the players who have attempted it. Yeah, we've seen some of the players who have attempted it in the past. In fact, even for those who still went under the knife, if you delay the surgery, it can affect your career. Nuruddin Abdulaziz, the former Hearts of Oak midfielder who played for Ediana Stars, I think this season, is one of those players whose surgery delayed unnecessarily. And unfortunately, even though it was done eventually, by the time it was done, he had lost so much as a footballer. The Daniel Sarkodie, former Liberty Hearts of Oak midfielder, the same. These days he's into coaching, and that is what ended his career. He had an injury that, yes, was career threatening, but should not have ended his career. But it took forever. It had to take a whole radio campaign for Hearts to decide to finally commit resources to take him to, I think, South Africa, was it, for his surgery and all of that. So, unfortunately, there are too many of those instances in Ghana where people don't take medical advice seriously. Especially, I mean, for our footballers who play in the Ghana Premier. Of course, the cost component is a big disincentive.
Obviously.
Or not disincentive, but is a big stumbling block for a lot of them.
Yeah. Anyway, Daniel is also in the studio, and I think we'll just start with the Kudus conversation. It's a major loss for the Black Stars. Really, really, really big loss. And Daniel, just clarify, based on the statement from Spurs, did they say that he had returned and was training with the team, and it was during that training, those training sessions, that he picked the fresh injury?
So the statement reads, we can confirm that Mohamed Kudus has suffered a setback in his injury return, or his return from injury. The Ghana international forward suffered a significant quad injury during our Premier League fixture against Sunderland back in January. He had returned to team training during the past week, however, will require further specialist review and potentially surgery. We'll provide relevant updates in due course. So
it was actually team training.
Yeah. So last 2 weeks was the individual. Then he started the team training ahead of this weekend's game, and unfortunately he suffered a setback. But the thing that vexed me, because it's looking like it's the fault of the Spurs medical team. Yeah, because this kind of injuries, you would know from the onset if you require surgery. I'm very sure they opted against it, hoping that the thing will heal. And now the guy has come back. It has triggered again. Because this quad muscle thing is similar to what Pogba has been suffering for like the past 5 years in his right thigh. You need to let it heal and heal properly. And if you are going to do the surgery, you do it quick. Let it heal and heal properly. And Kudus is not the only Tottenham Hotspur player that has had this funny injury.
This is the meat of the matter.
It's been happening to them all season. And for me, you see, when Mbappe got the first major injury this season, I think it was in January. as soon as it happened, France sent their medical team to Madrid to also go and assess the thing, because they know that the World Cup is coming, and he's not the property of Real Madrid alone. He also belongs to the French national team. So when Kudus suffered the thing in January, I don't know if they send the Hitz is part of the problem.
Who is part of the problem?
The Black Stars team doctor.
What did he do?
No, if they sent him and he okayed it, then he's part of the problem, because the thing he cast. But I feel we should have sent our doctors to also assess the thing, because again, it's a World Cup year, and the player doesn't belong to only the club. He also belongs to the country, the national team. So we need to ensure that he's fit, because this thing is very annoying.
But are you suggesting that we should have sent our doctor?
Yeah, to also assess it. After Tottenham did the assessment, we also do our assessment.
And if his recommendation was okay, we should do surgery, then because
if there were some disparities between their medical team and our medical, then we'll settle it then. Because it's common practice, especially ahead of major competitions. You don't leave when your player suffers a major injury. You don't leave him to the club who will handle him. No. And as I said, Mbappe sent the French this thing, and even before Real Madrid reached the diagnosis, the French media had reported that their doctors were there. So the Real Madrid release, it wasn't only Real Madrid. The French doctors also looked at the things. Okay, fine, let's do this. Okay, and they reached an agreement. And Real Madrid will put out their release. Okay, fine, Mbappe is out for this period or this period. But how many Tottenham players? Look at the injuries that Spurs have suffered this season, and look at the setbacks that their players have suffered after they've come back. Their medical team, in fact, from the coaching department to the medical team to the owners or Tottenham, they have their own issues. And this is a huge blow, because from January to April is already a very long time.
That's 3 months.
That's basically half the season.
Yeah.
And he coming back in April didn't mean he was going to start matches in April. So he was probably going to build himself slowly. Then maybe next month he will start playing games. So that is basically missing half the season. And we're banking on him playing at least the last 3 or 4 games to the end of the season. Build some small fitness. Then he'll play the Wales game. Some small fitness. Then Panama tournament could do spat. Then quick. He does the job for us. But Charlie, they've messed us up. Look at the last World Cup. See, let's look at tournament Kudus. The 2022 World Cup in Qatar.
Yeah.
3 games, he scored 2 goals, 1 assist. In fact, he caused the penalty that the DRU went to miss. So that would easily have been 4 goal contributions. But 3 goal contributions in 3 games. Then the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. That one to 2 goals. Then he caused the penalty that Jordan scored against Mozambique. So that one too is all part. So 2 goals in 3 games, plus a huge contributing factor in the Jordan goal. So you can say he contributed 3 goals in 3 games. Tournament Kudus is a different level Kudus. Tournament Kudus is not West Ham or Tottenham or Ajax Kudus. Tournament Kudus is not Black Stars qualifiers Kudus. Tournament Kudus is clutch Kudus. He knows how to deliver on the big stage. So we need him at the World Cup. We don't know who our coach is. We don't know how we are going to play. But the bottom line is we need Kudus. Kudus is that one player in the Black Stars team, this current setup that we know has guaranteed us that at tournaments he gives his best. You know what to expect from Kudus at a tournament. It's not, maybe if the pitch is good or the weather is fine, maybe. Tournament Kudus is tournament Kudus. So this injury is the biggest blow we've suffered since Michael Essie's knee injury leading to this thing. No, the
AFCON 2010.
AFCON 2010, yeah, the one he had at the AFCON 2010, or even maybe Appiah's knee injury before they let them come. Charlie, they've messed us up. This Tottenham and their incompetence. You already are going on relegation, and you can't even properly take care of your players and make sure that they are. Because no, see, how does a person come back? And after 3 or 4 training sessions, you are now considering surgery. So all the time he was sitting in the house, no. You see the incompetence of this Tottenham medical team. And the GFA too, they need to come and tell us if they send somebody there to assess it. Because if they send somebody there to assess it, the person too okay, the person is part of the problem. They messed us up.
No, but
Right now we are going to the competition. We don't know coach. We don't have any coach. We don't have a star player too.
No, but Spurs said, okay, whatever they did for him within that period since he, since he went out on January 4, it worked. And
what do you think they'll say?
Relax.
Do you think they'll release and say that it didn't work?
No, so are you saying that the guy was indeed not training, he was not doing team training? Because for him to have been included in team training,
what I'm saying is that per history and the trend, we've seen that quad is a very delicate injury. So from the get-go, when you suffer it, specialist has to come inside. Do you understand? Specialist needs to come inside. So that when you are healing and we know that we are going forward. But this thing, the guy has been sitting in the house from January to April. Then he comes back and after 2 distance, then he's going back. And the going back is not some going back short period. Now he requires surgery. What is that? What sort of monitoring and assessment were you doing? The scans and things on the muscle, you couldn't see that the thing wasn't 100%. There's incompetence from the Tottenham Hotspur medical team. And the thing is, you see, I'm not saying it's not just about Kudus. The Tottenham Hotspur squad, they have suffered some very weird
let me help you
injuries.
I have the list here.
Fire away.
Yes. In fact, it started from May last season. So Dejan Kulusevski had a knee injury. The club said it was a knock. The player said it required surgery that will take a few months. Then went through the surgery, started recovering. No timelines was given. February this year, that's 1 year, almost 1 year. The club then says they don't know when he'll return. Then last month, Spurs now say that having gone through the medical records, they have now realized that it will require a different procedure to fix the problem that was first diagnosed in May last year.
Look at that.
Dominic Solanke.
So Kulusevski too is missing the World Cup because of Tottenham's incompetence.
But pay attention to the difference in diagnosis and difference in approach each time. Dominic Solanke, July 2025. The club said the injury is not serious. He featured in the Super Cup and the opening Premier League fixture. August 30, he suffers an ankle injury. October 2025, the club says he's progressing. Was expected to return after the November international break. No sign of him. Then in December, the club says there is no setback. Makes the return in January. Mohamed Kudus. So again, that's about a 5-month lapse between the original dates that he was supposed to make a return. Then there is the Mohamed Kudus. The initial scan said that it was worse than first feared. Initially we were told it was a simple case of hamstring injury and nothing complicated. But he has this. The club flies in experts to deal with this matter. And as of last month, Igor Tudor, he gave that interview. In fact, 2 weeks ago, he gave that interview that he said in 10 days, Kudus should start training, which actually happened. And now this relapse has happened. That is 3 cases where the club made a diagnosis and many months later, it was established that maybe the approach to treating it was wrong. Kulusevski, Solanke, and now Mohamed Kudus. In 2 of those cases, they needed surgery. Now, the other thing that, and when Daniel speaks about the fact that it is a matter of competence and history of the club, it is not out of vacuum. Spurs know that they have got issues to fix. And so, since last year, they have been making changes to their high performance and head of sports science departments. Adam Barrett was the director of performances and the head of sports science was Nick Davis. They both left at the end of last year. Then they brought in Dan Lewenden from the City Group to replace Barrett, and then Michael Cooper was promoted to the head of sports science in September after 4 years as a first-team physical performance coach. So pay attention to the previous role and then the new role, and pay attention to the timelines and when these so-called misdiagnosis and the sudden realization of the surgery, of the need for surgeries.
Incompetence.
Right? They all coincide with this man's appointment or his promotion. Then when Thomas Frank was also hired, he brought in 2 of the people from his former club, Brentford. So Nick Stubbins, who had been at Brentford for 11 years, came with Tom Perryman. Then Frank has also now brought in Liam Hogan, or at the time he was leaving. This was, I think, February. Let me check the dates. Yeah, 4th February 2026. So that is the history of a club that knows they've got issues to fix after 2 of the high-profile officers in charge of these cases left. Unfortunately for them, the guys who were supposed to come in and then fix these issues have encountered challenges, and we have seen this history. The part where Daniel talks about interest and involvement from the Ghana Football Association is not far-fetched either, because apart from the Kylian Mbappe example, there is another player at Real Madrid who had his injury, and England insisted that he would go. That was Jude Bellingham. And so the rest of his recovery process, it was had in England. That is not to say that Madrid medics are not competent, but they also wanted to independently verify the truth of the matter, and so that it can help in their planning. Because if it is that the option that the player was going to make would have resulted in he not playing at the World Cup, the head coach ought to know. But ultimately, if the FA also sends their medical officer there, it actually improves the quality of information the player has, because then Kudus is able to compare notes between what Dr. Pambo or whoever the GFA sends is giving him and what the Spurs medics are suggesting. And it is, in fact, even the clubs where their players are recovering, they have gone as far as sending a fitness officer or sometimes a team doctor to follow the player on international assignments, just to be sure that the fitness regime that the player is supposed to live by, they do it. And it's not because they don't trust you. It is because they are committed to ensuring that nothing gets between the plan they have agreed with the player and the player's actual observation of that plan. Thomas Partey was an example. In the 2023.
It happened multiple times.
But the last one was 2023. Arsenal sent one of their team doctors, or was it a fitness instructor, to follow Partey to the Black Stars camp. And when he came, he actually was helping the physios in the national team to help the players in their recovery. So it is not odd for anybody to expect that in a high-profile case like that, that happens a few months before the World Cup, the FA will take an interest and then show their face there. Have that conversation with both the player and then compare notes, because whatever decision they were going to take, it was going to affect you. Now we're in the situation where a surgery that perhaps should have been done in January has been delayed. And also, what makes this one a bit disappointing, or would make it disappointing if we did not show any interest, was Spurs' recent history with dealing with some of these cases.
So we've
seen that the Kulusevski, in fact, I forgot another one, Madison. James Madison. No one knows when he's making a recovery.
So you think the problem is Spurs?
Oh, of course.
The problem is Spurs and their personnel.
Of course.
So we should blame them for Kudus.
Look, there are too many. This is very similar to the Arsenal Van Persie days. Yeah. This is very similar to the Arsenal Van Persie days, where injuries like that were an everyday thing. And players, timelines will be given for a player's recovery, and then the time will come, then there is going to be a new development about whether or not the player now needs to go under the knife. And we've seen this happen so many times. And it looks like that is exactly what is happening at Spurs, because what else can be the explanation for one diagnosis, then 6-8 months down the line? Look, the Kulusevski one is, if I were a Brazilian, I'd be furious. Like a whole 8, almost 10 months down the line, we now come to the realization that, okay, we actually got this wrong, and so the player may require surgery. You've messed up the player's career.
And the guy, they qualified too. As at the time, the first timeline was given, Sweden were out of the running for World Cup. Now they've qualified. No, see what they've done. See what Spurs have done. Look at what they've done to Sweden. So Kulusevski will not go to the World Cup. See what they've done to Ghana. Incompetence.
You know, today, De Zerbi held his press briefing, and he was asked a question about Kudus. First of all, let's listen to the question, then hear his response to it. They sought to understand exactly the nature of the injury, but Chairman, to the way they answered it in some way. You listen.
Obviously, you and the club have been hit with a big blow, knowing that Mohamed Kudus has suffered an injury. Can I just confirm what's the nature of the injury, and does it rule him out for the rest of the season and maybe even the World Cup?
Qual è il tipo di infortunio di Kudus ed è fuori per tutta la stagione e potenzialmente anche per la Coppa del Mondo?
Yes, I started.
Never, and I mean never ask.
Some people, they worry too much.
Not with too big lucky, but yes, Kudus was in my head a crucial player, especially for the position. But we have to look forward anyway. I think we have a lot of very good attackers, and we have to help them, to put them in the best condition to show their qualities, because Colomoni, I know, is not playing a great season, but is a good player. I know him, like Matistel. I wanted him in Marseille when I was in Marseille. Xavi Simons is a big talent. Richarlison, Solanke, you know, maybe better than me. And so we have to put them in the best condition we can.
And how is Guglielmo Vicario doing after his hernia surgery?
Yeah, tell me the answer. I not mention Kudus in himself. It's mentioned Matistel and Colomwani.
Them plenty.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they are all injured, and you can understand Spurs' situation also. They equally want some of these players to be back soon. I mean, if Kudus had stayed, if he hadn't gotten this relapse, it would have been a wonderful opportunity for them. The man comes in, uses Kudus. They are 17th right now. They need them to avoid relegation.
Yeah, but it's ultimately counterproductive if you get it wrong. And that has been the Spurs history with all of these cases. For us, it's a lesson that when it happens like that, in sometimes not even a World Cup year, but if ahead of an AFCON, 6 months to an AFCON, a key national team player, or for any national team player at all, because you can never tell the level of significance that player will attain down the line. When these things happen, you show face and show that level of interest, right, in sending someone there, and they will not sack you. They don't have the authority to sack you. They will listen to you. They will grant you.
You are well within your right
Yes.
to ask questions.
Yeah, they will grant you that, because ultimately you are there to compare notes and also to seek out the welfare of your assets, right? So unless there is foul play, we haven't seen anywhere where a national team has sacked a club medic or a club physio. Neither have we seen anywhere where a club has sacked a national team physio or doctor who came there, went through the right channel.
I mean, obviously
it doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. But Daniel, in terms of replacing Kudus in the Black Stars setup, is that possible?
Charlie, I don't think we have a player in his mood in this current Black Stars team. His strengths are very unique, and if you look at previous competitions and what he's offered the Black Stars, he's that one player that can make something out of nothing. That's magic in his feet. The ability to pick the ball up, go past 2-3 players. He has an incredible shot to him, very lethal in the box. Attack spaces very well. The guy is we can change our style to accommodate his absence. But in saying that one player can come in and do what Kudus does, I don't think we have somebody in the pool like that.
Because I mean, on the TL, we've seen people make reference to Augustin Boachi, and
Augustin Boachi doesn't play his ball like Kudus. Augustin Boachi is unique in his own right. He's a different type of. That's what I'm saying. We can change The staff self, we don't even get coach. So the question they ask me, you don't even get coach.
But the coach is also listening. The coach
the coach don't know say he coach. The coach self, he don't know say he be coach.
You are maybe Kosi Apia is the one going to lead us a worker and he's listening. So tell him I go fee change. So wait.
Make me tell Kosi Apia. You see, the thing is, if we had an idea of what the Black Stars is going into the World Cup, then we can.
So if like Otuado was the one managing the team, who could have?
Well, he should put me there, because me and Kudus and Otuado are different. But the thing is, see, look, it's a big blow. You can't spin it anyhow. And look, I promise you, when the news came out, England, Croatia, Panama, they were happy. Because dealing with that, the guy is a handful. Kudus is a handful. He's a defender's nightmare, and he's not just strong and quick and has like good feet and can take on. He's strong, so physically too.
Can't wait,
Charlie. It tie. Even say it's something tie. It tie. But the thing is, the FA too, they like that thing. This poor communication between themselves and the club. Do you remember AFCON 2021? They came to name Kudus in the squad. That Kudus will go. Ajax said that the guy is injured. The guy won't go. When Ajax were wishing their players well in the AFCON, it was Traore and Onana. They said all the best. They didn't add Kudus to the team because according to Ajax, the guy is injured and he can't go. GFA said that the guy can go because the guy is fit. We finished the competition. He didn't even fly into Cameroon. He was Cameroon.
Yeah.
He didn't even fly into Cameroon. He was injured. So then they like that thing. Charlie, World Cup is coming. Kudus is injured in January. I won't even give them benefit of the doubt. They didn't send anybody. No, you see, I think it's better they didn't send anybody than for you to send somebody and the person who is incompetent
and
like
still get it wrong.
Still get it wrong. So I'll just say that they didn't send anybody.
Because I know Dr. Pambo was in is it Monac? Was
no,
in
the
France.
Salisu one.
because I've seen pictures of him with Salisu.
Yes, the Salisu one we saw it.
Yeah, and we've
and
seen.
knowing the FA, if they had sent someone, they would have made it public.
Because you've seen Dr. Pambo, all the trips they did in the boys.
Yeah.
Because even what's his name? Abu Francis Sef.
Yeah.
Abu Francis Sef, that one happened on international duty. Yeah. But they went with the Toulouse the Toulouse doctors came to Asia. Then when they were going for their surgery, they went with them. And according to Abu Francis Sef, he's not going to miss the World Cup. He will be fit. So the thing when they ruled him out, Dr. Pombo looked at the thing. He told the specialist that if you do the surgery, I do like this, the guy will be fit. And he was right. Charlie, why would they say that?
How you did it?
You be your guy.
You know Dr. Pombo did.
The guy broke his leg. His double leg fracture.
Yeah.
And the guy is back in training. If you know Dr. Pombo, be who? It be Pombo. Because the Toulouse people say, as the thing happened, they in their go and read the Toulouse statement. They said the guy is out for the season. But Pombo said no. If you do the surgery like this, where you line the bone like this, where you reconstruct them, the guy will be back. So I'm saying that why didn't Pombo go? Because as for Spurs and their medical team, incompetent. If Pombo was there, he probably would have done the surgery. And you see, this one there's no like I have no facts to it, but based on historic trend, club versus country, star players like that, I'm very sure that Spurs knew that if they did that surgery back in January, full stop, it will rule Kudus out for the rest of the season. And they
But
were
he'll
not
be
prepared
available.
to.
But he'll be available
Yes,
for the
and they were not prepared to do that. Because we've seen it before. Pogba, Man U, he had the ankle injury. And there was an option of taking pain meds for the rest of the season. Then doing the surgery after the season, which would have meant that he would miss either the World Cup or the Euros or something. It was the Euros, Euro 2020. Pogba said, no lie. He would do the surgery now and then missed a chunk of the season and came back just in time for the Euros. And when he went to the Euros too, he balled out. Do you remember Ronaldo, Man U, 08 after the Ballon d'Or winning season?
Yeah.
He started the following season late because Portugal told Man U that you think you are smart. You've used the ball to Champions League final. The guy is going to win Champions League. They are telling us that he should go and do the surgery and miss the Euros. They said no lie. He will take the injection and then he will do the surgery after. So Ronaldo missed like the first 2 months of the season. And I'm saying that as for the clubs, no, if you leave it to them, they always look out for themselves.
And I can understand why, because Spurs in my situation, no, they need the boy.
They need the boy. Yeah. So me, I'll not be surprised that that's what they did and the thing has backfired. But if Pambo was there, Pambo would have seen the thing and he would have said, no lie, do the surgery now, cuckoo. Because as for the April, if you come back, you'll not be 100%. Then you do the surgery. Even if Pambo self is not a specialist, the GFA they have specialists. They can hire specialists who take them there.
No, Pambo self, you get friends with them, be specialists.
Top guys, very well connected.
And in the World Cup, almost every player will choose to do the surgery.
Yes,
and be ready for the World Cup.
Take these chances because for the clubs there, we know them. Now the World Cup, no, what benefit does he have to do? The Spurs get from it? Spurs are battling relegation, and in January it was coming. We could see that they will be in trouble. Maybe not relegation, but they were in trouble of having a very poor season. They were bottom half of this. So if they are looking out for themselves and they feel like if we circumvent one of two things and Kudus comes back and he plays the last 2-3 games, as for if whatever happens, they don't care. The thing is, he will come back by August, he will be fit. And they do that all the time. So if we are sent somebody there, and that's somebody in Dr. Pambo, I'm telling you that he would have seen this thing.
Actually, just back to the question about how we can replace.
There is no
Kudus.
Replacement for Kudus.
No, but of course, I understand it. It's not like a like-for-like replacement. It's not like a like-for-like replacement. But
you
somebody
can have
close to that. Somebody who can.
You won't find anything close to that.
Because
look, Kudus is he's a coach's nightmare. He's a defender's nightmare. He's a player you don't and you can't legislate for. Some of the things he does, it will throw your tactical plan into disarray. He's got a ridiculous combination of dribbling ability, turn of pace, and for a man of his size, he's deceptively strong. You see his explosiveness and that power in that left foot, whether he's going for pure power or hitting it with technique. So, and you see, tournaments like that are made for players like him. Because tournaments are not won by sustained spells of dominance. It's just moments. Players who can take a game by the scruff of the neck and then in a split second, it is for Mavericks. So, a chance that someone will miss, he scores it with cheeky ease. I was in the stadium for the Ghana-South Korea game. Iñaki missed that chance. The ball that he was supposed to make us. And then Kudus was there. He says, nah, I'm not that guy. I don't miss chances like this. And he put the ball in the back of the net. Look at the goals that Kudus has scored in these tournaments for Ghana. It is incredibly difficult to defend against. Both goals against South Korea, the 2 goals against Egypt, the same. How do you save those? Those shots in Kudus, how do you save those? So, look, this is as bad as it gets. And as far as I'm concerned, you'd have to go back to 2008, the Apia injury, to find the last time we were hard done by in this manner. As for the ACN thing, we had seen injuries like that. Remember the game against Libya? Yes. So we had seen also ACN had his fitness issues for a while. I think for about 2 years or so by that time. So the average Ghanaian was hoping that these things would not happen, and then it happened. But we were getting used to ACN being this was the tournaments for him. This was going to be the tournaments for him. This was going to see all of us who were saying that we expect the team to make round of 32, get out of the group stage, possibly round of 16. A big part of that was on having a personality like him in the team. So as for replacements, you can't replace him. You can't find anything close. The best you can do is to give those opportunities to other players and hope that they will grow into that role in their own rights. But in terms of a match winner, a big game player who has made... The World Cup was Kudus' first tournament for Ghana. That was Kudus' first tournament. And he went there and he scored Ghana's first brace at the World Cup. Then the AFCON was his first for the Black Stars. I think he missed the first game because of an injury. Then on his AFCON debut against the record holders of the competition, he showed up with 2 goals.
Tournament Kudus.
That's the sort of player we're missing.
But Tottenham Hotspur, as incompetent as they are, they're still not given a timeline. So Dr. Pambo should go there and make sure that this surgery, because already
even
4
the
months,
surgery, they didn't confirm. They said he may
possible, he may need surgery. But the thing is, he's not out of the World Cup. Nobody has said categorically that he will not be fit for the World Cup. So they should go and make sure that quarter like mid-June, if he can come back mid-June, we'll add him to the squad and we'll take him.
Even if we can get him for the knockout phase.
Because we'll be there. We'll be in the knockout phase. We don't get coach, but we'll be there.
We'll be there.
So tournament Kudus must go.
Yes, we saw Dr. Pambo in France. So Charlie, quick, they should wire the money straight to London or make Kudu come down.
Change the ticket.
Yeah, you know. All right, 055 11 997. Let's hear from you. Let's talk about the coaches now. Last week we were here. We're talking about Kwesi Appiah. We're talking about Pitso Musumani, and you guys were vouching for him. Then this week, 3 names, 3 Portuguese coaches. 3 Portuguese coaches. For some strange reason, Charlie, it is Portugal that we are looking at. Okay, Fernando Santos, the man who led Portugal to win their first major trophy.
Social media coach.
Who? Fernando Santos.
Yeah, he's social media coach.
You have to explain that. You know, and also won the Nations League with them. Very successful coach, you know. At the club level also, he's been successful. Then you have Carlos, the man who has led at least about 3 or more countries to the World Cup. He's done it with South Africa. He's done it with Portugal themselves. He's done it with Iran also. And for Man United fans, they do have memory of him also because he was there when they won their Champions League against Chelsea. And for Madrid also, they do have memory of him also because in 2003, he was their manager. And, you know, even Egypt also remember him. Then there is Paulo Bento, another man who Ghanaians also remember very well. They remember him very, very well because Daniel was talking about the South Korea game. Yeah, he was a coach of South Korea when Kudus was balling.
When Otuado beat him.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he has also been mentioned. All right, these are the names that we are hearing that, oh, Charlie, one of them might get the job. We've had some Spanish man be down there. They do like PR job where people they do for that somehow. But these are the 3 coaches we've had. And the FA, the executive committee, we understand, is meeting today. And the sports minister clearly mentioned that there's a meeting. He gave the indication there's a meeting today, and final decision might be taken today. And latest by the end of this weekend or maybe Monday, we'll get a name as to who will become the coach of the Black Stars. But the boys have been digging into these coaches, and they're going to share with us if getting any of these coaches will be good for the national team. Danny, why is Santos social media coach?
So, as for Fernando Santos, very good friend of mine. He's my coach, he's my guy. But in Qatar 2022, he became a social media coach. All the comments on social media, he read them too much and went to make a massive mistake by listening to social media. You see, social media, if you listen to them and the team, Pascal, nobody will come and say sorry. That's social media.
But does he have an account? Have you seen his account?
He was using my own.
Yeah, or he had me or account. So
he was using my account. He listened to the people and went to bench Ronaldo for Goncalo Ramos. Who does that? Then Portugal exited the World Cup. They blasted him in Portugal. He didn't even return. They sacked him straight. So he did a social media coach. And those people, I'm afraid of them. Because you will come and coach Ghana, then people will be saying, bench this one, bench, then you go and bench the person, then will Pascal. So he did a social media coach. And his methods are very archaic. His methods are very archaic. But did you watch Portugal during this? It wasn't nice. We won, Mom. We won the Euros. We won Nations League. But the football was some way. And the way this Black Stars team is set up. And if you don't like Otuado, you don't like Milo, what are you going for? Fernando Santos. You don't like Chris Hughton. Then why are you going for Fernando Santos? They are cut in that same.
But he will give you the titles.
You give the what?
He will give you the titles.
Do you have Ronaldo?
Okay, Kudus is injured.
Tournament Kudus have hurt. Then you won't give you anything. Forget. So when ask for Fernando Santos here, no lie. Carlos Queiroz too. It's been a while. It's been a while since he hit that level. I think he was the one in charge of Egypt when they made the AFCON final 2021. But he had Salah in that team. We don't have Salah. His time with either Iran or Iraq or one of them. Iran. It was Iran. Eh?
Yeah.
Solid defensive unit. But again, the players then in the past generation, it was easier for them to. You see, the way the academies in the world are operating these days, they are churning out a lot of offensive-minded players. So it's very difficult for you to do that defense, like park the bus counter-attack thing, for it to work properly, especially over a long period of time. One-offs there to work. But over a long period of time, it can worry the players. And we have a lot of our players like that. They are very offensive-minded. So I would prefer a manager who is of that thinking to come in and manage this team so that he's playing to the strengths of the large pool of players that we have in the squad. So as for the three names here, I don't like any of them. But you know me, if they name either one as head coach, I'll back him 100%. He'll become my friend. But as at now,
you don't like
none of them convince me. But I've seen some reports be by during the day earlier today.
The Spanish guy.
You know?
Yeah. But it doesn't mean
Felix Sanchez Bass.
But criteria no meet they get kind on do hoye.
When has Kate ever followed his criteria?
But that guy, didn't he coach Andre at Al-Sadd?
Yeah, he was at
and then he coached the Qatari national team.
Yeah.
Those two jobs may be his biggest trump card. Know who else was at Al-Sadd?
Who?
Oh, DK.
Who else was when he was coaching?
Yeah, Al-Sadd.
Who? But he talk already.
You said he coached the day.
No, I said he coached Al-Sadd and Qatar.
No, you mentioned
he coached Andre.
That would be.
He said who else? So I thought
apart from the day there was someone else. Yeah.
That would be his biggest trump card. But look, the names don't excite, mainly for the reasons that Daniel has given. If you look at the squad that we have got, it is heavy on attacking talent, and it will be logical to gravitate towards a manager who thinks and has a history of building teams that platform the kind of players that we have. You don't want tactical dissonance like we've done in the last 6 years, or 7 if you like, because all of the coaches who we have hired in the past, the football they preach have been at variance with the sort of players that we have. There's been a great disconnect from CK Akono. CK's problem perhaps was the results and the brand of football, but their approach may have been the closest we would come to finding a meeting point between a coach's methods and the players that we have got. But from Milo, Otuado 1.0 to Otuado 2.0, Chris Hughton especially, there appeared to be a disconnect between the football he wanted to coach and the tactical scenarios that our best players especially could thrive in. Look, this team is begging to be unleashed, and that is my biggest problem, because the biggest credit you can pay these 3 so-called nominees is the fact that they play result-oriented football and can be functional at best. So if we will get the results, it's a trade-off I'm prepared to take, right? Because at this point, look, we are rock bottom.
But it looks like this one, that's what we need, though, Charlie.
That's why I'm saying that.
The World Cup, they clearly need someone.
Yeah, so I wanted to lay the foundation first.
Because right now, they can't take the World Cup.
Even beyond the World Cup.
Try and build a team.
Even beyond the World Cup, I wanted to lay the foundation that these are the needs of our team, and this is where we have come from.
Yeah.
But also, if you look at the history of the Black Stars, in the last 7 years, we have won 2 games in major tournaments. 2 in 7 years. 2.
Oh, you did lie.
Oh, yes.
You
The
did lie.
Guinea-Bissau. And then South Korea.
Oh, you did lie. It'll be true.
Well, who else we beat?
Oh, how?
They should come say you talk so his process.
Who else we beat?
About what actually talk?
AFCON 2019.
We faced Benin, Cameroon, Guinea-Bissau, and Tunisia.
We drew with
one match.
We drew with Benin. Then we beat Guinea-Bissau. Then we lost to Cameroon.
And this across.
We drew with Cameroon.
You see the guy? Why?
But fundamentally, we only beat Guinea-Bissau. Then Tunisia come out we. AFCON 2021. We played Gabon, Comoros,
Morocco.
and then Morocco.
Morocco score we Gabon draw. Last minute draw. Like did they win the game for us?
We didn't win. Then Comoros eat we.
They know it we. They picked me.
Okay. The final group game.
3-2
So still 1 win across 2 tournaments and 6 games. Then World Cup 2022. 1 win in 3. So that is.
Well, that was a tough group.
I don't care. That is 2 wins across 3 tournaments. 2 wins in 9 games.
Yeah.
AFCON 2023. Cape Verde, we lost. Egypt, we drew. Mozambique, we drew. So across 4 tournaments, we have won 2 matches.
Nobody serious.
We have won 2 matches out of 12 games.
No, we don't reach. But Chalemo could take one as sport give this thing.
Give up.
Mo could take one as sport give somebody.
You see? So
but you what you go do for there? You don't get coach. You don't get
that history.
We'll get a coach.
That history is why I am happy to take a trade off. The excitement will come later. But where we are now, much as we may not like those names, if there is a guarantee of results, automatic qualification to the AFCON, that one is non-negotiable. Make the round of 32, possibly round of 16 at the World Cup. And then at the next AFCON in 2027, we are getting back to the semis. Then you know that, or even if you make a round of 32, round of 16, then the next AFCON, you should be targeting the
round
final.
of 16 there.
And far.
Round of 16.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if you're able to achieve that, then the next AFCON, you should be targeting the final. And far, then semi-final. But we have been starved of results for so long. That's where we are now, Charlie. Even though in my heart of hearts, I don't like those names. And there are people who get results. If we get a coach like that, or one coach from that ilk, who focuses on functionality first, makes us difficult to beat. Because look, makes us difficult to beat, but more importantly, wins games on a regular basis. I'll be happy to take that, because look, some of the teams that we have failed to beat in this run, and I gave you the AFCON and the teams, the Mozambique and Comoros and Benin that we failed to beat. Go through the AFCON and the World Cup qualifiers and check the teams. Angola twice, Madagascar, Comoros, Central African Republic, Niger twice, Sudan twice. These are the teams that we can beat. If you don't take care and you fall any lower, the next batch of teams you will be struggling to beat are Somalia and Eritrea. Oh yes, but check your trajectory.
No, by Eritrea, are they?
No, but check your trajectory. That is why I'm saying where we are now, we have to swallow our pride, but go heavy on someone who gets you results first. We need to get used to winning again. Last year,
and the 3 of the coaches, or all the 3 coaches, at least they can. At least they've shown that they can get you some results.
They can.
Yeah, you might not enjoy the football entirely.
That's it. That's why I laid the foundation by saying, I will take that trade-off.
And you see, let's not forget, I made a point. You see, the current crop of players in the world, think about the coaches who coach like that in modern day football. They are all struggling.
Oh yeah.
Because the current mode, the way the players have been trained, it's very difficult for you to do that. Do you get? So, hi, they talk this do you get thing. These Gen Z people can't spoil. Pay me when I say I talk this thing. But anyway, it's very difficult for you to set up a team that way. And let's go back to Chris Hughton. The bare minimum of any Chris Hughton team in history was a good defense.
Yeah.
Like, he won't score goals, but you won't score him. But with Black Stars, we were very poor defensively. It was very difficult for him to set up his team defensively. And that's why I said probably the best game he played was that Egypt game. Because in terms of chances created, Egypt didn't do anything. We literally gifted them the 2 goals. There are 2 chances in those games. Was and Iñaki Williams.
Yeah.
But aside that, our goalkeeper didn't have to work. They didn't create any clear-cut opportunity. Nothing whatsoever. But apart from that game, every other game, he really, really struggled. Like, he genuinely struggled to get this team to defend well. He played 2 defensive midfielders, double pivot, packed the back. It just wasn't working. The players are not suited to that style. So let's not make that mistake again. Like, Chris Hughton, this thing, very similar ideas. Let's not go back again. We've not, during these 60, after Kwesi Appiah, we've not got any manager who is very offensive minded. Let's get one like that. If it doesn't work, they will know that the thing is spiritual. Then we can go. But at least get that manager who is offensive minded. Let him come. Let him test out his ideas with these guys.
I said let's test the waters with Joachim Lola. The guy
coach Cheo.
I get that, but you see, the principles don't become inferior over time.
No, but football,
it's just the way
football in 2018.
No, I get that.
Very, very
I'm
different
saying that
from football in 2026.
It's a matter of application.
8 years ago.
You see,
and then 2018, the ship arm group stage is where they come out this thing for.
But if you win the World Cup, Charlie, everything else that follows, you reach. Let's tempt fate. The man didn't say he's not interested in the job. Typical German candor. He would have said, "Oh, I thank you people for the honor, but no one has contacted me, and I'm also not interested." But he left it at, "No Ghanaian official has contacted me."
Charlie, so if we have the money for Joachim Low, we should go for Maresca. If the one you used to go and take Joachim Low, go and get Maresca.
Oh, Maresca no reach.
Hey,
Maresca no reach.
Maresca
get Walker.
If we get
Walker.
If we get Maresca, the contest is 2026. So Anka will go and bring the coaches who won in '94.
But if you win it, that's it. That's all you need on your CV.
That's not it. The CV won't win you. The CV won't win you.
That's all you need on your CV.
If we get Maresca, and Pambo goes to Spurs, and he gets Kudus back, semi-final. Semi-final. But you know they believe Maresca. You see that they believe Rosinia. I know they believe Maresca. Hey, close the show. You are not serious.
You don't believe Rosinia?
Rosinia, I know they believe Maresca.
You don't believe Rosinia?
He's our coach. Is he your coach? Is he your coach? He said he believe. He's my coach. Why would I believe in him? You know.
Who the choice?
Yeah, Charlie. What's happening today? Yeah, we'll win the FA Cup. Anyway, so we are all waiting. We are.
What did you say? You win what?
You win. He snuck it in there. He said we win the FA Cup.
Say it again.
We are waiting for the ESCO. We are waiting for the ESCO. The ESCO to tell us who they have settled on. But you can imagine if indeed they receive 600 applications. And
when did they open applications?
Oh, the FA president said they've received over 600. Are you the one receiving?
Yeah, but I'm saying, by the last time too, they said over 800 people had applied for the job. No, and they settled on Otuado.
Yeah.
Have you forgotten?
And they did their own interviews and see that people were not up to task. So they did. So yeah, if they had over 600 applications, imagine they at least spoke to about half of them. You can imagine there's a lot of work to settle on one person. So let's see who end up with the Black Stars job. I heard Kujo Fianu was saying that I should give it a thing to Winfred, the technical director. Now. Yeah, Schaefer to do the thing. And somebody said he was there with Tutuado when the thing. So why did he think about?
Maybe he was wondering listen now.
And I'm today.
Because Schaefer is an AFCON winner, so he reached.
2000.
So, we understand he
but it don't matter. You just say if you win that, you know the matter. So you win AFCON.
26 years ago.
But the African is
26 years ago.
So
no. This one is.
So how many years ago?
Oh, just 8. Like no, they catch 10 safe.
12 years since he won the World Cup. Last 2018 he was poor. Group stage.
2014. Okay, but that's 26.
26, 12.
Oh, Bakila.
Okay, so
26. The tactical notes have gathered dust.
But he's your technical director. He's your
termites
technical
have started
director.
eating into
He's the one telling you.
No, it was not my decision. Ketus Okrakus.
But we understand he was also interested in the job. prior to Otuado being appointed, where they take give Otuado and put down to technical director. So could you finally say they should give him the job? He's been with the
that
team.
man was looking for a last paycheck. Don't make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. You see what happened to the Milovan River situation? When someone is past their sell-by dates, don't be the guy to go and stress them.
Rakim Lowe is not past.
Oh, no.
Somebody who has won World Cup and he leaves the job in 2018.
See, the World Cup.
And nobody has.
The World
Cup. Do you see the boy who came? Uzbekistan came for him.
The World Cup.
Which top job has approached him?
The World Cup, when you win it and you drink from that cup, you are drinking from the fountain of life. So the tactics and the aura, no, it is there in perpetuity.
But you see, Joaquin Lowe was there. He
was there.
And Bayern Munich went to Burnley,
Charlie, to
go and take their coach.
Company.
No, because
Ghana
the people who sit in the buy VIP room, that if the team is losing, then they will be doing this. You see, and they will sack you the next. You can't do that to Joaquin Lowe. They knew they can't do that. That's why they went for the man who was assistant coach and promoted him.
The guy, Joaquin Lowe is like what? Late 60s, early 70s. He grew.
Early 70s.
I think it's in the 60s.
But as I said,
you make it
when you win the World Cup, you drink from the fountain of life.
But not with our team.
The energy, someday you go do the job. Just find the money, Charlie. Me, I watch competitive Black Stars. It's been God knows how long since we've seen the Black Stars. In fact, the last time we saw the Black Stars,
66.
Oh no.
They were competitive.
The last time the Black Stars were actually competitive in a major tournament or in any tournament at all was 2017. 9 years ago.
Competitive.
Yes.
But the World Cup
we made the same. Oh, Massa.
We missed out on knockout this in 1 point.
No.
Charlie, you didn't do
that.
You didn't qualify to the group stage. You are not.
No,
it's not.
No. When you enter the World Cup as the bottom ranked team in the whole competition, and you miss out on qualification with 1 point,
it doesn't change the fact that you still did not compete.
Do you know the reason why you put the rate that in? Because you rate your body. You don't rate your body when nobody rates you.
Until that point, we only do Yawa once. So.
You were last Pepe.
Yeah, but I'm saying until 2022.
You were last Pepe.
We only do Yawa at the World Cup once. Both times we had gotten out of the group stage, which 2006, 2010. The only Yawa was the 2014 one.
That was your 4th World Cup in your entire history.
Yeah, but I'm saying that whenever we have gone there, we had done well. But for 20,
it'd be 50%. It'd be 50% success rate.
I'm saying until that point, before 2022, the only blemish on our report card was 2014.
Last Pepe.
Every other time.
Last Pepe. 2014, what happened?
That's why I'm saying that was the only blemish. And then we went and repeated that.
2014, you didn't go into the competition as a bottom ranked team in the whole competition. Charlie, the entire World Cup went 32.
See.
You understand?
See.
Out of the 32 teams that went to the World Cup, we were bottom. Even Qatar, the host nation, they didn't even play qualifiers. They were ranked higher than us. You know how bad you have to be.
What is that he's saying? You know the equivalent of what he's saying? It's like you took a low-performing student, transferred him to for an exchange program, and then in the class that he went to compete, everyone there was better, but he still could not make the right grades. But you say, because the others there, they were sharks. No, it's okay for them to fail. The bottom line is he still failed.
No, that's a poor.
No, it is the same.
Poor analogy.
It is the same because the equivalent of the student in that exchange program.
You are not good. Don't act like you are good.
But that's the point.
You are the bottom ranked team, and you are in a group with. Charlie, look at the group. Port A, Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea. South Korea were in Port 3. South Korea, that's South Korea safe, Port 3. You 32nd in the whole, if you're doing rankings, 32nd. But that one safe. The distance between Ghana and the next poorest team in the competition was like 4 or 5 places. Went into the competition and you only missed out on qualification by 1 point. This time around too, don't think that we are going with some this thing.
Wait.
Do you know the teams we are with? IT, Kuruchao, Ghana, we are within the same distance. We are 72nd or 74th or something in the world. Do you know that Panama are in the 30s?
33rd.
Panama. Panama. So the Panama you are sitting there, we will ship Panama no. Mosa, you don't even have coach.
Wait.
You don't get coach safe.
Wait. Does does the characterization of failure or not being able to compete change based on who we are talking about? So
you are Ghana in the context of the World Cup. You are nobody.
It doesn't matter.
You are nobody.
Look, Zach,
you are nobody. And
if you go to the World Cup,
if
you go to the World Cup,
black and white, you never play World Cup.
You don't get out of the group stage. It means you did not compete.
It took 30 years before you could make
it. Doesn't matter.
No, you know it.
No. This thing is very simple. It's not open to interpretation. I'm saying that you have gone to the World Cup. You have gone to AFCONs. 3 AFCONs.
The AFCON doesn't matter here.
But it's the same. It's the same logic.
You know rich.
You have gone to that tournament.
But you know rich.
You have not been able to qualify out of the group. What it means is that you could not compete. I don't care whether or not you entered as the number 1 ranked or as the 777 ranked. So long as you could not make it out of the group, you did not compete.
No.
See, you can talk about Panama and those teams even.
Zach, let me ask you this. Let me give this simple analogy. Mm-hmm. When at the start of the Premier League season, okay, the teams that are expected to compete for the title, the Man Cities, Liverpool's, Arsenal.
No, you're now introducing a different narrative.
No, it's the same thing.
Now you're talking about actually winning it. I didn't say compete for the World Cup title.
Let me land.
For you to draw parallels between Premier League success. No.
Let me land.
Okay.
In the context of the Premier League, there are different definitions for competing.
Yes.
So a team will go into the season knowing they can't win the title, but a mid-table position is them being competitive. Somebody competing for European places, no. So even if they finish just outside the European places, they still competed. I'm saying in the context of last Pepe, in the whole competition going in there, you weren't even expected to get 1 point. So for you to miss out on qualifying from the group, which would have been your ultimate achievement, by just 1 point, you were competitive.
For what? What did you compete for?
You were competitive.
You competed for exiting at the group stage.
No, you gave a strong competition
for exiting at the group stage.
Not exiting at the group
stage. But that's what you did.
You competed to qualify for the knockout round.
You didn't.
And you missed out on just 1 point. Going into the last game, you just had to avoid defeat. That is a good outcome.
Even with that,
Canada, when they scored their first goal, did you see the entire country crying and celebrating? They lost the game. But they were happy. I'm saying you are cut in that mood.
No, we are not.
You are.
We are not.
In the context of the World Cup,
we reached round of 16 quarters at the World Cup. We're not the same as.
When again did you
that is not the same as a team.
When did you do it again?
For a team with 4 appearances at the World Cup, if one is round of 16, another is quarters. How many more do you expect?
2 group stages.
We cannot be compared to a team that has then scored the first goal of their position. For me, it's very simple. You cannot go to a tournament, exit at the group stage, and say that you competed. No.
But you see, but the point Daniel is making
also fundamentally.
The point Daniel is making, I'm coming.
Fundamentally,
the host
wait.
The point.
But you have allowed him to talk.
I was talking. Wait, you were cutting me. Now the host is talking.
Because you were introduced. But how do you compare a competition scenario where I've said that we have not competed, then you jump and take it into the Premier League, and then you start from
Canada and England going into this
World Cup.
Going into this World Cup, Canada and England, and the ambition is the same at the World Cup.
No, my ambition for 2022 was that let's get out of the group.
Now you will be who?
That was my
your ambition for.
And you see,
you are talking about the biggest
fundamentally
in the world. You are the bottom
period that I mentioned. It is not even limited to just one tournament or just the World Cup.
No, we are talking about the World Cup.
I mentioned 7 years. I said
we are not talking about 7 years. It's the World Cup.
I said it.
It's the World Cup.
I said we had not been competitive for a long time. Then you said we had been competitive for 2020. I said no, I don't count a group stage exit as being competitive, no matter the circumstance.
But a group stage exit at the World Cup is not the same as a group stage exit at the AFCON.
It's like we nearly qualified for the AFCON. We competed, sir.
That's not it. That's not it.
For me,
you see the way the guy.
No, that's it. Look, for me,
I said in the context of the World Cup, you are nobody. In the AFCON, you are a big boy. So if you fail to qualify for the AFCON, you should be your entire football program said they should close it down. But in the context of the World Cup, now you will be who for the World Cup inside? 2006 first appearance.
Why is Ghana behaving as if we are talking about Ghana going to win the World Cup?
2018 you didn't qualify.
What makes qualification out of the group beyond us? Look, the same Ghana that he is saying we are nobodies now. At their very first appearance at the World Cup, they were paired against a team that was
they punched above their weight. You can't use.
I don't care.
You can't use.
They were
normally to now become the.
They were a team that played against 3-time winners of the World Cup. number 2 ranked in the world at that time, yet managed to beat one of those 2 teams and qualified out of the group. Then the next one, they actually punch above their weight and then make it to the quarters. So that is a team with a history of defying the odds at the tournament. When that team goes to the next competition or another competition, the second after that, the second after the second appearance, so essentially the 4th one, and they fail to make it out of the group stage. And there is fundamentally a pattern of that team not being competitive. It is not ridiculous or ludicrous to lump it together and say that for a 7-year spell, this team has not been competitive. 14 or 12 games in major competitions, and you've won just 2. And those 2 wins came against who? Guinea-Bissau, and Paulo Bento.
Guinea-Bissau and South Korea.
Yeah, and Paulo Bento.
South Korea.
Paulo Bento, South Korea. You cannot look at that and say that there is any fraction of it that smacks of being competitive or that smells of being competitive. We simply have not been.
What Atsu is essentially saying is that after Leicester City won the league in 2016, the following season, if they finish outside the top 6 or outside the top 4, let's say they finish 6th, it's a failure.
Nobody said that.
That's exactly what you are saying.
What I'm saying is that this team has gone
reaching the round of
7 tournaments.
Nobody expected
this
that.
team has gone 7 years and has not been competitive.
Was another anomaly. Yes, we were hoping we could build on it, but don't come and sit here and do like that's your standard.
How many countries have repeated anomalies at the World Cup?
Then your first appearance in 2006.
Zach,
you make round of 6 quarterfinal.
Let's not try to downplay the Ghana's record. How many teams have such anomalies at the World Cup?
We know reach.
Give me 3 and I'll shut up. How many teams have such anomalies at the World Cup? Repeated knockout phase appearances in their first 2 World Cup participations. No, you said it's only an anomaly, and I'm trying to tell you, you can't dismiss that because at the World Cup it doesn't happen. That is why it is significant to me. How many teams have that kind of anomaly? The so-called, how many? If it be easy, make other teams do.
Oh, plenty of people do.
Like who? Give me 3. I said give me 3 and I'll shut up. Who? When?
Their debut was 98. They reached the semi-final. Then since then, the next how many World Cups? I think 6 World Cups. They've quarter, half of them they've reached semi. So final in 2018.
No. That's the wrong example. I said the first 2. You were specific. The Ghana example is very specific. It is the first 2 that you are saying is an anomaly, and I'm saying give me 3 of teams that have matched that at the World Cup.
Are you now going to tell me that's not an anomaly? That a team makes a debut in the World Cup, reach a round of 16. The following World Cup, they make a quarter final. That's not. It's normal.
I'm saying that it is you are saying it's an anomaly, and I'm saying that.
So I say it's normal.
If that kind of thing is something you can dismiss, then it should be something that others have also done. Do you get the point I'm making?
Anomaly is something that doesn't happen often.
For us, no. You are saying that for us it's an anomaly, and I'm saying that even that I cannot dismiss it because it is incredibly hard for anybody else to do.
That's why it's incredibly hard for Ghana to repeat it again. What are you talking about?
Okay. Who has said that Ghana should go and repeat that?
Okay, fair enough. Now,
we no reach.
And all of this is because of working low. Yeah, someone. I'm looking at his picture here.
We no reach. Let him say we no reach.
He chops 66. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see the coach that will be given. We are all waiting.
But you always asking the questions. Zach, which coach do you think should be given the job?
You see, the matter we say, why they laugh?
Why you start with you see the matter we say?
The way he starts
because the coach I want to come and coach the team is not available. He's also going to the World Cup.
Who's that?
Heavy. It is Saudi Arabia.
But you can't afford Heavy now.
No, who said we can't afford Heavy now? Charlie, we are raising $30 million. Are you kidding me?
Do you know how much he's on in Saudi Arabia?
Charlie,
you see, this is the mindset of Ghanaians. This is the same Atsu mindset you get.
No.
We are raising Saudi Arabia.
Oh, no, I'm not saying we are going to match Saudi Arabia.
I sure say Heavy Renard in assistant in shoe be 30 million.
Saudi.
No, because look, what they would take to get him out of a deal like that, you are talking north of probably $20 million as compensation.
If Saudi don't want him to go, forget it.
And that's why he's staying. Now, what we heard was that he was looking, exploring doing maybe Walid in Tinsam, all right, to try and end his contract and leave. That's what we're hearing. And there was the, assumption that he might become available. And I was excited about the idea that if ever they come there, no wahala, you understand? but he's not available. And if he's not available at the moment, seriously, what I support is what you said earlier, that we need a coach. Let's go to the World Cup. We have how many months in the World Cup? How many days? Like 30 plus days, right?
True.
Give and take like 40 days, right? In the World Cup. 40 days. If
It's not up to 40.
It's not up to 40.
No,
What's
4
the World Cup
weeks.
duration?
Yeah.
4
It's
weeks.
a month. It's just a month.
It's just a month. Okay. Oh, it's what? June 3, June 11, and June what?
July 18.
July
That's
18.
Like 5 weeks.
So it's more than a month. So if you get somebody like Paulo Bento, I saw a video of you when he was training the South Koreans. Do like the way they speak. Yeah, he did strict Paulo Bento. You calm the players. I mean, right now we say we are going
Paulo
to be,
Bento will calm somebody.
No, I mean where we are going to be
Camp.
based on. Yeah, that's where we will be based on. We keep everybody there. For Tao Isaac, no Snapchat. Snapchat.
No kakalika.
No kakalika. Chale, stay focused. First game, Panama 1-0. 3 points. Second game, who are we playing?
England.
You know, no problem. You score with
I look at him.
Oh, Charlie.
If Kudus, they him day.
Oh, Hurricane. Oh, short to Hurricane.
But have you seen England lately?
You don't see the curve Hurricane.
Wait, but have you seen England lately?
Have you seen Hurricane lately?
If you wish, huh?
Have you seen Hurricane lately? Chairman, but
I saw them against Japan, and if you wish, that'd be the problem.
Oh, relax. Charlie.
But that's why I said if you wish, that'd be why him no day.
No, but so that's the thing. England they go score, but Croatia they actually draw 4 points, round of 16, and if
round of 32,
round of 32. Then if Pambo go see Kudus for Spurs,
Kudus go play
round of 32 or 16. Cry go can play.
Brace.
So right now, Charlie, any of them I think will work. But if I had my way, I should go for an interim coach just for the World Cup. After that, we'll look into the future.
Why an interim coach?
You see, because after the World Cup, we'll have the opportunity to even assess some even better coaches than some of the ones we are engaging now. Because after the World Cup, some of the coaches will go. If care is not taken, 2K crowd will be available after the World Cup.
But those coaches you are saying will be available by the end of the World Cup, their stocks would have plummeted, and they would cost far more than they would cost even now.
Not necessarily. Some good coaches may go to the World Cup and not do well. Doesn't mean they are not good coaches.
Exactly.
Then they will be available.
It will be available. So that's why I support Kujo Fiano's argument. I think some of you have made the argument that, look, if it is possible, interim coach, World Cup, when you're done, we'll look at...
Interim coach Schaefer or just the interim coach part?
No, Schaefer there, I mean, chairman. He was
so
part of it. You see, anybody was part of it. I've had my way. Everyone who was there, maybe except Pambo. Pambo will be solid guy.
While we talk about the coaching thing, one thing that the FA needs to be, and the sports ministry needs to be prepared to do, is to get rid of all of their assistants, the backroom staff.
By the time,
No, I don't care.
But if you can get a coach who will bring his backroom staff.
So be prepared to take on that cost because, and you see, this whole thing started as a way of building capacity of talented young coaches in Ghana. And so if you look at, and it started very early. When I was working on the Heart 11 documentary or the feature, it was then that I actually remembered Kwesi Appiah's first introduction to the Black Stars. He had no coaching experience, but he was asked to assist Jones Atukwefu as Black Stars coach in 2001. And that followed into the 2010s when you saw Maxwell Kunedu became an assistant coach of the Black Stars. Celesteto got his opportunity. We've seen so many others. In fact, Didi Dramani was part of the backroom staff at a point. Where we have gotten to now, Charlie, those things don't help. You can't compromise on quality in the name of building someone's building.
Because the backroom staff,
but I'm saying that
have a fair idea of the current pool.
Yeah,
I get that, but I'm saying that
help whoever is coming
knowledge to come
look,
and help.
I'm saying that if the knowledge those people had was not enough to influence us to the desired outcomes in terms of both results and performances.
But they are not the ones.
I get that, but I'm saying that
if you give him an idea, he doesn't listen.
Look,
how are you going to
let the new coach come with his backroom staff? Let us be prepared to accommodate the cost of that.
Okay, great. I think we've said a lot about this Black Stars coaching thing. Hopefully by next week, by this time, not coaching Abba, then we'll see how we can go from there. But let's just wrap up with what's going to happen come next week also. Are the games happening next week, Tuesday and Wednesday too?
Yeah, next week.
Sharp. Are we going out?
No. Not.
Are we? No. I didn't say we going out of the competition.
That's a very good question.
No, I mean,
yeah, because you are not in the Champions League, so how can you go out of the competition?
Meant going out as like roadshow.
Yeah, Daniel got it.
I also got it, but it was an important question nonetheless.
Those of you.
It was an important question.
Chris, which team does he support?
He's already out.
He's a Chelsea fan.
Chris no be Chelsea fan. He be Chelsea fan.
Chris will be Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Then he said, who is we? You are we. He said, who is we? You are we. Anyway, yeah. So, Charlie, just quick preview to the games coming up next week.
The preview is that. The preview is that all the teams that have leads are progressing to the semi-final. That's the preview. Raymond and his father Tada, they don't play ball again. Raymond, he doesn't play ball. All the teams.
Raymond is in the HR building.
Are shocked. All the teams that have leads, they are progressing to the semi-final.
No comeback for Madrid.
If you couldn't do the job in the first leg, it's not the second leg you are going to do the job.
Really?
Yeah.
It's 2-1, 2-1, Charlie.
And that's the one I'm afraid of. The 2-1. Look, there's something about Allianz Arena. I've studied Allianz Arena. In fact, I have my people in Germany who have sent me notes. You see, Allianz Arena, they usually light up the stadium in the night. Champions League games. But notice something. When they light it up red, before the game, as for the beating, they will beat you. But it will be a respectable loss. So they can beat you some 3-1B, some 2-1B. But when they do the rainbow colors, when they light up the stadium, the rainbow colors, no. That one. Do you remember 2014? In fact, whoever forgets that? 2014 Germany-Brazil World Cup semi-final. Did you hear the commentator's voice throughout the second half? He said he was sad. He couldn't run the commentary well. At the end of the game, his voice now, Basa. If Madrid know what is good for them, let me do this. Cut this clip. If Madrid know what is good for them, that pre-match press conference, they shouldn't go and talk plenty. Because what will happen to them at Allianz Arena, that second leg, it could spoil football. It will spoil football. It will be so bad, UEFA may not even be able to put it on their site. So if Madrid know what is good for them, that we believe, we will come back, I've heard them after the match, Rudiger, we believe we can still that thing, they should stop it. Because Allianz Arena, first 20 minutes, they spell Real. Then from 20th minute to 65th minute, they spell Madrid. By the end of the game, Club de Football Real Madrid. They spell the team, give them. They wouldn't go last day.
I know me Arsenal, and I want Barca. Actually, is there any team that has got a chance of coming back? I mean,
it's difficult. But I'd want to focus on a few players. Michael Olise. He's a guy. Yeah.
Solid guy.
I think if he doesn't get a good shout for the Ballon d'Or, it would be the Carvajal, Bellingham, Vinicius scenario, where a member of his team, one player in the same team, racks up more votes and takes the crown away from him. Right? In the conversation as we speak, that is what he's suffering from. Of course, there is the situation of people only watching Bayern in the Champions League. But fundamentally, in terms of votes and credibility for the award, or a front runner for the award, Harry Kane is a big problem for Michael Olise. Otherwise, what he's doing is ridiculous. Look, if you want functionality, he's got 27 assists. And we still got 2 months of football to play. There are 12 matches remaining. And if you want pure entertainment value, what he did on Tuesday night is him every other night when he puts on the shirts. Infield, out wide, half spaces, ridiculous dribbling ability. The passes are always on point. And when you've watched football long enough, when a player gets into any position and is about to make a decision, you are able to tell what the right decision should be. Olise gets that right every time. Olise is the guy who makes a decision, and you sit back and think, yeah, that was it. That was what I was expecting him to make.
So Olise is your man.
He doesn't complicate things. And look, he's a ridiculously talented footballer. Big miss for Nigeria. Sometimes when we talk about great players out there, it would be nice to every now and then have a true elite performer coming from the shores of Africa. And he's a big miss, not just for Nigeria, but also Chelsea as well. Sometimes when I sit down to think about the fact that Chelsea actually activated his release clause, but the deal did not work out, it's a bit confusing because per convention, clubs would only activate a player's release clause when there has been a conversation and the player has made it clear that I would come if you're able to meet my demands and then the demands of the club. It is based on that assurance because you don't want the embarrassment of going to pay the release clause or activate the release clause and then later you find out the player is not interested and then he rejects you. But that's essentially what happened in his case.
Yeah. No problem. We are not bothered. It's okay. We wish him well.
Who do you have?
We wish him well.
Wait. Who do you have?
Estaval.
Esther what?
Estaval. Yeah. Anyway, we are wrapping up, and just a few of your messages. It says, "Good afternoon, my brothers. Instead of us wasting Kudus time over there, they should simply bring him to Community 5, Tema, Aponche Clinic. So that place is older than some of you in the studio there and has produced results for sportsmen and women, locally and internationally. Even Michael Eisen came home to get himself back up. Nothing the Oyibo has that we don't have here. Our problem is that we look down our own. William Ngomwa. Okay, William.
Where is Marina Kovacevic, the host placenta lady?
I mean, she's sorting herself out. Someone said, he said we should ask Daniel. Daniel, he said, can the GFA sue Spurs? We'll see. Philip in
For on what grounds?
Oh, you say, Charlie, the way they make the guy hurt. You're asking if they can sue Spurs. Okay.
This whole thing, Joelinton is start. Remember that foul in the Newcastle game before the Sunderland one?
Okay. Someone is saying that we should advise the government to set up a football academy and which will groom players. This one says the Black Stars' worst performance have come under caretaker leadership. We've cycled through more coaches under him than any previous boss. And finally, this one says, please, from Italian 90 till Qatar 2022, can any of you name any country that has done well at the Mundial with a foreign coach? This is to tell us that when you fix your own, you will benefit in the long run. So, guys, tell Koranteng, here we day. Real Madrid doesn't need to play well. We just win if it goes well. Here we go day. Hala Madrid. All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Daniel, Atsu, and also to all of you for listening. We'll be back same time next week. Coming now is the news, BBC. We'll be back next week. Take care.
In Nairobi with Focus on Africa. April 15th will mark 3 years since the war in Sudan began.